Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rubidiculous Show. I'm your host, Rubidiculous, and today is my Wicked 2 special. I didn't prepare any of this. This is from the heart. I want to talk to you about my experience of the last 5 years of my entertainment career and my recent trip to LA as my third time on the Jeff Lewis Live Show. So stay tuned.
She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. Please welcome the mouth of the South, Rubidiculous.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. And thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for all of the thousands of comments of love that I received on all my social platforms after getting back from Jeff Lewis Live in Los Angeles. It is such an honor to be a part of Jeff Lewis Live. I'm a chump. I'm not a bump, you little bitches. I love radio. I love Jeff. My little incident on TV just moved to HBO Max, so you can watch The Queen of House Hunting now on Apple TV, HBO Max, Google Play, and so you can see me anywhere. Jeff had invited me on his show earlier this year after I was on TV, and it was a life-affirming, career-affirming decision. I had been working in comedy clubs, I had been hosting shows, I had been traveling, my one-woman show, and you know, it's tough without a big audience. It's tough without starting from the ground up, especially in your 40s. I had started my career early in life, but I never really quite attended to it or put all of my energy into it. I have a lot of businesses. I have a lot of ventures going on at all times. I am always working all hours, all days. There are no days off for me. So when you see me entertaining and you see me somewhere, it is when I'm usually getting right off and working. And I don't know how to say that, but when you see me in drag, I'm working. I own a digital marketing company. I own a real estate company, a technology platform, and a healthcare consulting company. So I'm not bored, never bored. But entertainment was always what I wanted to do. And that was what I was putting all of my energy into. And if I was able to be successful at all of these other things, because that's where my energy was flowing, then I had confidence I'd be okay at entertainment. I had a little I worked in radio when I was 18. I worked in television news and radio news. I wanted to work in entertainment radio. I had a stint doing that. After about a year or two, I was pushed out because I was more popular than the co-host of the show. So I'm used to being in those positions in life. I'm used to being pushed out of places because I have a strong opinion, and that's okay. But my journey down the yellow brick road is not unique from a lot of people, except for the fact that when I set out to open businesses and be successful, I always knew that my entertainment career would come bubbling up later. And I remember I sat with a friend of mine who now opens for Margaret Cho, and we're not friends anymore. He's blocked me on social media, but we were hanging out before he moved to Los Angeles, and I had said, "You're doing it right. You know, you're going out there and you're giving it your all." I said, "Right now I'm working to save a bunch of money and build a foundation and have revenue coming in. So when I go do entertainment, I don't have to worry about the money." Right? I was going to do it for pure heart and soul. It was never going to be about the money. I was never going to be able to pay for a mortgage on $25 for a comedy spot. I just knew that. You don't have to be a financial advisor to figure that out. Now, I understand with entertainment, you put the blood, sweat, and tears in, and you go show after show after show, and after 10 years, you may make it. But if that's all you did for 10 years, where are you going to be at 30 or 40 when those 10 years are up? And I had the foresight to say, I want to be comfortable. A starving artist was never my thing. Do I look like a starving artist? I'm not starving, girl. So I knew early on that I was going to go and build a foundation. I was going to build a revenue generator, and then I'd go back to comedy. I never really got those gatekeepers to look at me. They never paid attention to me. I was always producing on The Fringe. I was always doing my own thing. I've always done my own thing. And that's one thing I heard RuPaul say 10, 15 years ago. I always did my own thing. And so that's why I never applied to that show, because I carved my own path. I'm America's drag queen real estate agent. I'm on network TV. I'm on Sirius XM. And I've toured a one-woman show across what we call the Lavender Circuit. And I'm a chump now. I love being a chump. And for those that don't know, Jeff Lewis Live is a radio show on Sirius XM on Radio Andy. It's Andy Cohen's network. And a chump is a listener of Jeff Lewis Live, or a contributor or a guest host. We're all chumps. It's a collective noun for listeners, for fans of the show, and for hosts and guests of the show. So I was embraced by the chumps on my first visit to the show. And out of everything I've done in my life, that was the full circle moment for me. I had never been on network TV, so that was cool. But to go back to radio and be in a studio with a team of people and just laugh and try to like entertain people, that was always what I loved when I was young. It was my first job. I was good at it. I loved it. I was good at it in my 30s or late 20s and 30s when I worked in local radio. I always wanted to be on satellite radio. So like for Jeff to give me that opportunity, it's something that I will always be loyal to Jeff Lewis for. He believed in me, or he gave me a shot when nobody else would. I know I posted there was drama. It's silly. You know, Annie fucks up my coffee order every single time. This time she just forgot it. Everyone is wonderful. Everyone makes me feel welcomed, and everybody. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. I'm proud of being a part of Jeff Lewis Live. I'm very proud to be on HGTV. That was a dream. Now I'm on HBO Max. I mean, those are big deals. And then I have people that are like, well, you're just on a House Hunters episode. Okay, well, watch it. It doesn't look like other House Hunters episodes. And you can figure out what that means. But it was fun. And it's a fun show. And so I've learned that everyone that tries to cut you down is just projecting. I mean, I grew up with a gay aunt and a gay uncle and transgender grandfather. Trust me when I say the little feminine gay boy that came out at 18 had a lot of people in the family. The call was coming inside the house. If you didn't think a lesbian aunt and a gay uncle and a tranny grandfather didn't project onto me, who was himself. I was a gay little boy. I loved theater. I loved girls stuff. I've always survived people that have looked me in the face and projected their own insecurities on me. That doesn't faze me. I'll keep forging my own path. I enjoy doing this show. I'm still getting my voice. I'm still figuring out how I want this show to look, what I want to talk about, I'm not ready yet. You know, I'm going to keep consistently doing this show until I get better at it. I wanted to say that all of you that message me wanting me to gossip about Jeff, I don't do that. I think Jeff's a fantastic person. I think we're all flawed, but there's a reason you all listen to Jeff. And I've always loved Jeff since back when he was on Bravo, and looks like he's going to be on there again. So I love the chumps. Y'all are a crazy group. And my fans, I've always called dickheads. You're a fierce and mighty bunch of people. Chumps are now dickheads. Dickheads are now chumps. But thank you to everybody out there that's sent me a message or a DM and said how much you love me. And I appreciate it. I do want to remind myself and everybody I'm a comedian. I haven't been writing a lot of comedy lately. I haven't found the funny in life. And that's tough when you're a comedian, when you just don't find things funny. So I think what I'm going to start doing more is posting on social media out of drag. So those that follow me in my stories, I'm going to post my daily life so y'all can get to know me a little more outside of the show, outside of TV. I have always been scared to show myself out of drag. There's a lot of shame attached, as I've talked about with my transgender grandfather. a lot of my lashing out was finding out that he had abused people in the family. So I had to deal with that. I talked on a previous show about just, I found out years ago and then I found out somebody else. And so it takes a lot of courage to sit here and drag and do what you love to do, even though it seems like times are changing. Drag is a little too much. Trans issues are boiling up. And I don't want to get caught in the crosshairs of that. I'm just a little gay boy that loves fabulous hair and makeup. That's it. I don't pretend to be trans. At one point, I did a joke. I did say I identify in the trans community as bigendered because I'm going to ride white male privilege until the wheels fall off of it. That was a joke. But I was never accepted by the comedy world. I'm a little too braggadocious. I'm a little too much. And I have too big of an ego or too much confidence, and that scares people. I think I've never been accepted by the gay community. I've never been accepted by a lot of people in the world. So the chumps to accept me, that was huge. It was changed. It changed me. It changed me to see so many people resonate and agree that they liked me and that I'm okay. And it helped me heal. And so again, thanks to Jeff for giving me that platform, for sharing his audience, and for bringing me back multiple times. I've been on the show 3 times now, and every time it's been fabulous. I just got to meet Carney Wilson, which was so cool. And I saw chums leaving the comments that they wanted me to talk more. I was there to get to know Carney. I really enjoyed that time I spent with her. And I enjoy every moment of being in Los Angeles. I enjoy every moment of being, I went to the Comedy Store, and just, you know, the way they treated me was so great. I got to meet the booker and the manager and the door guys. They all helped me out. They all gave me places to go. So much going on in my life. I'm grateful for it all. I'm grateful for it all. And I didn't think I was going to live to be 30. And now in my mid 40s, it's dreams are coming true, and I'm happy. Happiness is an inside job, and that's something I've been working on a lot more lately. So I am apologizing to people I've offended. I've always been a no apology person. Take me for who I am. Fuck off. I'm alone. And I realized a lot of my isolation builds contempt towards people. You know, when I'm around, I invite people to lunch, like friends, that people I thought were my friends, and they never get back to me. I try to get a date. They won't nail it down. Other comics, hey, did you want to do my podcast? Oh, yeah, that sounds fun. How about next Saturday? How about this day? They just won't commit. And so when I get that from gay men, I mean, my whole life is rejection. If you think about it, I'm gay, rejection. I'm a drag queen, rejection from the gays, and rejection from my family, rejection from entertainment, rejection. We're all rejected. And I think we're all very lonely. And so I don't want to contribute to the hatred. I don't want to contribute to any negativity. I really do want to provide like an uplifting, funny experience. And I'm still working on that. You know, I'm still working on how I want that to come across. Do I want it to be satire? Do I want it to be goofy? Do I want to be highly animated? I want to be myself, because I can be myself all the time. I'm myself consistently. So you may see me a lot more now out of drag. I am going to set some boundaries for my career, and that is, you're going to get to know me more out of drag now. I'm not going to get out of drag right now for you, but Christ. I didn't want to bring up any social events or topics. I just wanted to say thank you. This is all about gratitude. This is about me healing. This is about me getting over grudges. This is about me cleaning up my side of the street. I apologize to so many people in my life if I've ever hurt you or wronged you on the way up. I'm not at the top of the ladder. I don't pretend to be. And but we're still climbing. And it's all about the climb. It's not about the bitches along the way, or the gays that reject you, or the bookers that slam doors in your face, or they treat you like shit and wonder why they don't have any good talent. That's their thing. That's their deal. That's their bed they made. And I am known to jump from bed to bed. But one of my biggest downfalls in my career has been loyalty. And that's one thing I'll say, is that I'll always be loyal. When you're going down the yellow brick road to fame or recognition, and you're doing it through the gatekeeper model, just know there's a lot of unhealed people out there. The comics, the bookers, the people in television, the producers, the executive producers. Everyone has their own thing, and that's everywhere in life, but particularly in entertainment. A lot of people try to attach their nastiness on you. And honey, I'm wicked. I can be wicked too. I can be real fucking wicked. And that's something that part of quitting drinking and being a part of a program and being trying to get back associated with a program and get discipline, realizing it is all about what I've done to the world, not what the world's done to me. We're all getting beat up by this world, and we need brighter lights. We don't need to knock people down when they're following their dreams, and we don't need to be nasty. So I'll end it with this. Follow the yellow brick road. And when you meet those people along the way that have no heart, no brain, or no soul, it's not about them. It's about you. It's always about you. And you can tell those people to fuck off and go next door, because they have to go home to their family like that. And I get to come home to my amazing dog, and I get to pack up and travel when I want to. So you'll be seeing more of me. We'll see you next week. I'll have a full show for you. But thank you. Thank you all for being a part of my journey. Thank you all for being a part of my life. Thank you for the sweet messages. I see them all. They mean the world to me. They're words that I never got from my family. They're words I still never get from my family. I may never have a husband, and that's okay. Finding confidence in being alone is the most powerful thing in the world. And rejecting sex and alcohol, and I used to think those people are boring, and I'm sure some people think I'm boring because of it. But I've been able to accomplish my dreams because of it. And that's what matters the most. We only get one shot at this life. So make a list and start knocking down what it is that you thought you couldn't do or you failed at, and go back, circle back, go do them again. Go do them again. Because I promise you, those events in my life, when I stopped drinking, I went back and I stood on a stage at a church performing to a sober audience, and I was able to look down from that stage down to the first floor where I had been run over by a car in 2001. I got to perform at Austin Pride in the comedy night after I had kind of made a fool of myself when they asked me to bring my famous drag brunches to their establishment in 2012. I went back in 2022 and did Pride. Going back and doing TV after I've been in development deals for 10 years. I with big producers. Never made the cut. Never made it to the network I wanted to be on. Finally did. And being back in a radio studio means a lot to me. It means a lot. And you can call me a bump. I'm not there to promote anything. I'm there because of the energy, the feelings I get. When I leave, I feel accomplished. It's great to have new followers. It's great for people to discover me. That's the part of that show. That's the generosity of Jeff. But a lot of people I saw were curious about my discount code on the show. And, we talked so much to Carney, which I was enjoying. I forgot to mention the whole joke about me being a bump at the beginning of the show. And we kind of, anyways, it was going to be a kind of a punchline to something I had said earlier, but we missed it. So it didn't land. I just want to be in LA and be a part of that more often because it feels good. And that's when you find your tribe, that's what life's about.